Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we are back with one more problem related to intervals. It is there in Leetcode blind 75 SD sheet. So the name of the problem is insert interval, right? So we will go through the problem statement first. So we have been given a sorted list of non-overlapping intervals and a new interval that we want to insert into this list. Okay. After inserting it, we need to merge overlapping intervals to maintain the property of non-overlapping intervals. Okay. So let us see through the example how how the question is going on. Like we have been given an input. Input is basically intervals is equals to 1,3 and 6,9. This is basically list of list, and new interval is equals to 2,5. Okay, and process like the given intervals are 1,3, 6,9. The new interval 2,5 overlaps with 1,3 because 2 is inside 1,3. We have to merge 1,3 and 2,5 into 1,5, right? And the remaining interval 6,9 does not overlap. So this was the basically way to understand the process to solve the question. And after that we will get the output 1,5, 6,9. If we see in example 2, there was some intervals given in this also 1,2, 3,5, 6,7, 8,10, 12,16, and the new interval we are getting it 4,8. So process will be like 4,8 will be overlapping with 3,5 and 6,7 and 8,10. Okay, so we have to merge all of them into 3,10, right? So the result will be like 1,2, 3,10 and 12,16. This, so output will be the same like I said as result. So let's discuss how to solve this question. Let us see the brute force solution. So according to you guys, how things works, basically you all can think of like doing some sort of sorting of operations. First of all, brute force, like building of logic. We can sort this intervals. Let's see how the intuition goes. I'm telling. So approach is basically we have to add new interval to the intervals that I said in the question itself. Then we can sort the intervals by their start time. Okay. And the merge we have to merge the overlapping intervals by iterating through the sorted list, right? Now we can see the sorting operation takes O of n log n, okay, and merging takes O of n. So the total complexity will become O of n log n, right? And space complexity will also be O of n, that is for merged operations. But this approach is quite slow, so we will be thinking of something better. Basically, we have to reduce the sorting operation. Let's see the optimal approach without the sorting. So what we will do is basically intervals before the new interval that is non-overlapping we will simply add them to the result. Okay, and we have to for merging overlapping intervals we have to expand the new interval to cover the overlapping range, right? And intervals after merging, like we have to add the remaining intervals to the result. Time complexity for this will be O of n, and since we are not requiring any sort of sorting algorithm, so O of n will be the time complexity, and space will be O of n, that is because of the we are storing the merged intervals. Okay, O of n. Let's see the dry run of it with the same example given in question. Like intervals we have been given this 1,2, 3,5, 6,7, 8,2, 10, 12,16, and new interval is 4,8. So how the steps will work, like step 1 is basically interval 1,2, and action, what the action will be taken, like we have to add this to the result before merging, right? Then a step 2 will be like interval 3,5. We have to in action part we have to overlap with 4,8. We have to expand the new interval to 3,8. Please try to understand, guys, like what we are doing is basically 3,5. It's obvious, like we have to, this is step 2, 3,5, which overlaps with 4,8. That is the new interval, and we have to expand the new interval through to 3,8. Basically we have like ending range we have to increment. Okay, similarly in step 3, 6,7 is there, which overlaps with 3,8. So ending will be like 8 will be same, and but we have to change the starting range, that is expand new interval to 3,8, which will be same here. Okay, and 8,10 we can see which will be overlapping with 3,8. So we have to expand the new interval to 3, 10. What we did basically, we changed the both starting range and ending range, that is 3, 10. Okay. After that 12, 16 we will be adding to the result after merging, because we are not getting any overlapping in it, right? So let's see the code part, how things work. Okay, so final output we will be getting this. Let's see the code, how we will be doing this. So we are first of all, for storing the final merged intervals, we are taking a result variable in it. Okay, and after that we have to initialize like I is equals to 0, n is equals to intervals dot size. After that, the first step should be like we have to add all the intervals that come before the new interval, right? That is non-overlapping part. Okay, so how we will do this? Basically with the help of while loop, we will make the conditions like while I is less than n, and intervals I of 1 should be less than new interval 0, right? After that we have to result dot pushback, like these intervals remain unchanged. Okay, and we have to increment I, right? In step 2, we have to merge overlapping intervals with the new interval, right? Similarly, here also we are doing while loop, and we are writing the conditions for it. I is less than n, and intervals I0 should be less than equal to new interval. Then we have to expand new interval to include the overlapping interval, right? Then what we have for updating the start time, we have to do this like minimum of new interval and intervals. And for updating the end time, we have to take the maximum of new interval comma intervals, right? After that we have to move to the next interval. So what we will be doing is basically we will increment the I operator. Okay, so after coming out from the loop, we will be pushing back the new interval value, that is the merged interval. We have to add it into the result, right? In last step, or we can say the main step, like we have to add all the intervals that come after the merged in new interval. Similarly, again we will be using while loop. Okay, like after that we have to push back the intervals in the result, that is these intervals remain unchanged. Then we have to increment I in order to basically move to the next interval, right? At last we have to return the result vector. As we are storing our answer in this vector, we have to return it for the final merged intervals, right? So this was the solution for this, and I hope everyone gets the solution of it. If you guys have any doubts, please drop me a comment in the comment section, and if you understood the solution, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.